All right, howdy ho, good people. Part two. For some reason, my phone stopped recording while I was doing the base of this Christmas accordion folio. So, unknowingly, I went ahead and did all the pockets and talked to y'all. And when I went to shut it off after I thanked you for watching, then I realized it was already off. So we are gonna, I went ahead and I made another base, and you can help me watch me see how I do the different pockets. See, this it's the same base type. It's just that this one is more of like a wedding, pretty flower theme. I don't know, I got the paper from a estate sale. It was just in a bunch of papers that I had purchased. Okay. So I'm gonna try to do this again and hopefully get through it. I'm so sorry that I didn't notice that it went out. But this is the cutoff paper that I had left over from doing, I had cut, this was a different piece of paper. These two were the same. But it wasn't a full 12 by 12 sheet, so I had to find something that would kind of match. So, here's the front of it. I want to keep the front just like it is. I like the little flowers. And then what I want to do on here, I like the flowers there, so I just want to do like a little belly band, I think. Like there. Alright, so here we go. I never take it right to the edge because I always have issues with it sticking over or not being being far too close for it to shut properly. Okay. So yes, I save all my scraps. Eventually they get used. Hey, is this supposed to, does that have a, I don't think it really matters, up or down. I'm going to go ahead and ink it. Again, I apologize for not seeing that the phone shut off. And I didn't want to dig out more Christmas paper because I pretty much put a lot of my Christmas stuff away because I was just feeling like I was done with and then you just try to get it straight. And that's voila. This glue dries really fast, so I can just keep going. Okay, now I think what I'm gonna do with this one is a little pocket. So how I do the pockets, let's go with this side. Let's see, I'm gonna mark it just like a 1/4 inch past the bottom, and then just do like a 1/4 inch past the side, mark it maybe an 1/8 inside the little fold line, and then this one mark it like a 1/4 inch past, that's where we're going to cut it off, and then I'm going to mark it right there as that's going to be my score line. Hopefully that made sense. So first we're going to get this cut done because I'm just going to use my little cutter here. Okay. And then gotta cut the bottom. Okay, now we need our scoreboard. This one. Okay, so where I have the pencil mark, I just kind of line it up to where there's a little valley on the scoreboard and do that. And there it is. Right there. And then on the bottom, we're just gonna go up a couple of them. Okay, so, alright, so you can see this. I am going to go ahead and fold those score lines in, and I'm gonna go ahead and ink it. It will make it a lot easier for y'all to see. I hope. See what I'm doing. And then this is the top. Actually, to do the top, yeah, okay. I'm going to show you again how I do the little notch. The notch in the top is just cut a little piece like that, and then ink it, and that gives you your notch there. Then what I do is I cut off this top corner here on the fold, cut off this one here, then I cut at an angle to the little join mark where the two scores meet, and then angle it a little further. Angle it and like that. So then you have your little pocket that's gonna go right here. And what I do is I glue the bottom flap on first, and I will show you why. I just try to center it. I leave a little room on the bottom. Try to center it. Try to keep it straight. Now you got this little edge right here that's glued down. What I do is take a little piece. I can't remember who I saw this do this first. You take a piece of Scotch tape. I hope I'm in frame, and tape over that. Even though it's glued down, it's just that when you put something in your pocket, it won't get hung up on that edge of that paper. Okay, and then just glue the sides down, the little side flaps. And voila, we have a pocket. And by doing those little gussets, it's just that it will hold a little more than just a piece of paper. You could do a pocket, just cut it the same width as the sheet and glue down around the edges. It'll just make it smaller because of the glue seepage. And it'll be tighter against the sheet. By doing the gussets, it has a little more space. You can do a thicker card or double card in it. So that's why I do that. I think we'll go ahead and do another little belly band. I need a bigger desk. There, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, hope that's still going. Okay. I'm just gonna cut the edge off with the fancy scissors. And you just line it up. Wherever the edge stops. And then line right, see, like in this one where I'm lining that up. Ta-da. And then cut those little dinglies off. And we're gonna go ahead and ink. Just a little line of glue right on the edges. Right there. I'm sorry, I think I keep going out of camera frame. Just one of those days. Okay, so now we got 2 belly bands in a pocket. We could do another pocket. We can do like that one. So let's just cut it here. And then we're gonna score it here. Score it here. And we'll just make it a little shorter. Yeah, we'll cut it there. I prefer to do all my stuff just, I don't like having to do it all the same because I'm not good at doing everything the same. So, yeah. There. Then, where is it? Here. Hope you can see. I just line that little pencil line there up with one of the V's on the scoreboard. Not doing any measuring. And then this one. See the pencil line right here. I turn the piece upside down because it's just easier than trying to do stuff in this tiny little corner. I find it's much. And then just go 2 or 3 V's up and go across for the bottom. Again, I will fold those. And before I ink it, I'm going to go ahead and cut the little divot. I don't really pinch it too tight. I try not to. Just match up those corners right there. And you're just going to try to cut a little divot, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and ink that. Okay, and then we cut at an angle that top little edge piece from the score mark out, and then kind of angle in to where the little score marks meet, and angle out, and angle into the score marks, and then angle out a little more, and there we go. Now we have another little pocket. Now again, I just glue down this bottom piece first. Try to center it. Try to. and keep it straight. There we go. And I just put a little piece of Scotch tape over that. Again, it'll just prevent things from catching on the edge of that paper when you put things in the pocket. And glue the little sides down. There we go. So we got another belly band and a couple more pockets to do. Let's see, maybe yeah, I like that one. Cut that one. Where's the line? There it is. Then I'm going to do the fancy cut on it again. Like that. No, that's not the one. Messy desk. Put some ink on it. Then just a little bit of glue there. A little bit of glue there. I'm gonna put that one right there. There's that. Now, okay, I'm gonna do it right there. So I'm gonna score in. I'm gonna cut it. Cut it there. This one's going to be just a little kind of shallow pocket. There. There. And we'll go right there. I'm going to do that little divot cut. I'm going to cut the corner and then angle in to the meeting of the scores and then angle out. Angle into the meeting of the scores and angle out, and then that one. Then I'm going to just glue the bottom one first. I should have done it that way. Change my mind here. I'm gonna do it that side. Yep. Yep. And I have to ink. I forgot to ink. And hold that. There. And then what I want to do is a little pocket. Smaller pocket. Okay, I'm gonna score it there. I'm gonna cut it there, score it there, and probably cut it there, score it there. Definitely need a bigger desk. That, or just I need to be a little more organized. Okay, that one. Cut that. That one. Oops. No, that way. Okay, score where that little pencil mark is, and then right there, and then right there. We're gonna cut the little divot. That. Cut the tip down to the meeting and angle out this way, angle out. I'm sorry. Okay, we're back. Okay, I cleaned my desk up a little bit. So we cut up all the little angles. Now, just fold on the score lines. We just gotta ink the edges a bit. Like that. Okay. Now, where are we? This one's just gonna go like up here. So just there. And do the sides. Just press it down. And voila, we now have pockets galore and belly bands to hold things. And now we get the fun chore of filling it. There's the front page, there's the little belly band. Now, if you're like me and you put a lot of glue on it and you don't mean to, what you can do is take your bone folder, or I use like a little palette knife once in a while, and just kind of drag it, just trying to open it up a little bit more so that it's still glued down, but you just have a little more space in there because the glue squishes in. That looks good. That one looks good. Yeah, I gotta do. Okay. What does Julie say? Oh, be gentle. Don't do it like a crazy baboon or something like that. So, and then that just gives you, see, like this one's pretty much the glue really squished in. And you just want to kind of scrape it away. Pry the papers apart a little bit. There. And then you got that pocket and that one. Voila. There it is. Isn't it beautiful? So, yeah, part 2. Now you know how I do that. You can do your pockets different, you know, like I said, you can just do them flat. They don't have to have the little gussets. You don't have to use that. I just like it because they're a little bigger. They hold a few more things. You can put thicker things in there. So, let's go back to this Christmas one, because I wanted to show you different ideas. As for the excuse me, for the tags, these are tags that I took out of one that I had already done. I just want to go over the ideas. That this was just Christmas wrapping paper that I glued down using glue stick onto like a thicker card. This is coffee dyed cardstock, thicker card. You could also just, this is coffee dyed printer paper. See, they all get, you know, little wonky things in them once in a while. They get too rough. It's really thin, and it rips easily when it's wet. So when you're coffee dyeing, you get those. But you know, just work around it. It's just Christmas wrapping paper. Just put glue stick down and stick a piece of paper, Christmas wrapping paper down. And then once it's dry, just make sure that you use like a credit card, something hard. You know, even if you have a bone folder, something hard, to make sure that it's firmly against yeah, to make sure that they're touching in all the areas. You won't get any air pockets in there. Okay. So that's one thing you can do, just little pieces of Christmas wrapping paper, and those can be your tags. Another idea, this was photo paper. It was high gloss photo paper. These colors are just different inks that I used on it. I believe I have a video of that. And then I didn't really care for the high shine on it, so I used like a light sandpaper, and that takes a lot of that high glossy shine. And then what I did with it also is I glued it onto coffee dyed paper. Gives it a little more body to it. It was a little thicker. These are just little envelopes that I made. And I just put little pieces of coffee dyed paper in them just for little private notes or whatever. So that's an idea. This was a master board. Now, what I did was, you know, you can buy the books, the 12 by 12 papers in different books. And there's usually a few panels that, you know, you just don't care to use. You know, this one's not bad, but some of them have like a big, huge, it's made to use in a 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, so it's hard to use the paper on something else. So what I do is coffee dye it, and then use all my scrap, like this one I used all my Christmas scrap paper that I had, and stuck it all down with glue stick. Again, just make sure that, you know, you have glue all around it and that nothing's popping off. And then from here you would use scissors, or I have a big guillotine cutter, big blade, because this is thicker with quite a bit of thickness where some of the papers overlapped. I don't really like to use it on my regular cutter, and you know, it won't fit in this one, but I do have like a really big one of these that I found at an estate sale. It's just it doesn't fit on the desk, it only fits on the floor. So yeah, and then you can cut these into the size that you need for your pocket. Voila, just like that. And then I'll have some place to write. And then another idea is old Christmas cards that you have. And, some people save their Christmas cards, or you can pick a bunch up at the thrift store, estate sales. This was just an old Christmas card. I coffee dyed it, and then I stuck, actually it wasn't thick enough, so I stuck it down to coffee dyed printer paper, and then I cut it out so that it would fit in the pocket. And then these papers are just from like the 12 by 12 pad of Christmas paper, and these were just offcuts that I then just trimmed the edges, and I did put it down to coffee dyed printer paper so that it would have a little more body to it. But yeah, these were just scraps. So voila, now you have different ideas for all the little pockets. And these, yeah, these go in so much better with one side being full. And you don't have to punch the hole in it, that's not a necessary thing. You know, you don't have to do the hole with the fabric and stuff. Let's put this one here. And then, well, I'll put this one here. That one, and put that one there. I gotta find something for that. Oh, there, Christmas paper. Yeah, I'm just gonna fold this little piece of scrap that I have, and we're gonna coffee dye it. Coffee dye it, ink it. Yeah, my mind is not really here. So yeah, it doesn't have to be any, you know, majorly fancy thing that you stick in the little pockets. But yeah, you can just write little notes on it, and that can go there. That one. And where am I? Okay, this one. Oh, is that one gonna fit? Yep. Oh, I need another one. Really? I don't know how I did that. Okay. Well, you get the idea, right? You know, like I have this scrap here. Let me just cut the edge off of this. Alright, and voila. That can go there. You don't even have to do the little tabs. I like to put the coffee dyed paper on the back so it's easier to see the writing. But there you go, different ideas. And voila, you have a little Christmas book to share with your family and friends. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and let me know. I'll get back with you right away. I apologize for this video taking so long for me to do, but again, the bug that I have is you know, just being kind of nasty and not wanting to leave me. So I was kind of indisposed for a few days, but I'm back on my feet. We're moving, we're going, and I hope everybody has a great day. Like, share, subscribe, help me grow my channel, and we'll see you next time. Okay, no kings. Peace. Love ya.